أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وآله الطاهرين. Today inshallah we will talk about Surah Ash-Shams as part of our series of talks titled Reflections on the Quran. Surah Ash-Shams, the sun, can be divided into three sections. The surah starts with aspects and forms of creation. Then it moves on to state that people have free choice to either purify or corrupt their nafs, their selves or their souls. Those who choose to purify it will be successful, while those who choose corruption will bring destruction upon themselves. And then the surah at the end gives an example of the people of Thamud. Surah Ash-Shams starts with more oaths than any other surah in the Quran, which signifies the importance of the topic at the end of these oaths, the topic of free will and self-purification. Let's look closely and attentively at these oaths first. The surah starts with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا, by the sun and its brightness. What is the importance of the sun? Here are some important facts about the sun. First of all, life of every creature on earth depends on the light and heat provided by the sun. Number two, all our food is made primarily by the sun. Number three, all visible colors and types of beauty in nature are connected to sunlight. Number four, rain brings life everywhere on earth. The water cycle is caused by the sun. Number five, wind is also caused by the sun. The wind controls and purifies the atmosphere. It carries the clouds, pollinates the plants, and so much more. Number six, all our sources of energy come from the sun, including hydro energy, wind energy, as well as all the fossil fuel. Number seven, the solar system would not stay in place without the sun. If the location of the sun was to change or get interrupted, all of the planets, including Earth, would scatter away in space. Without the sun, we would not be able to live. If this source of energy was to suddenly disappear, we would sink in darkness and eventually death to every form of life on Earth. That is, these are some of the important aspects of the sun. Let's take a break and we will be right back. Moving on to the next ayah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا, and by the moon as it follows it. This oath indicates the fact that the moon follows the sun by reflecting its light. Long ago, some people would worship the moon because they believed it held a greater power. Although, as the ayah reflects here or specifies here, the moon is merely a dependent upon the sun to get its light. Next is وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا جَلَّاهَا وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَاهَا, and by the daylight as it unveils it, and by the night as it conceals it. This continuous cycle of day and night is so beautiful. Daylight symbolizes heat, activity, and movement, and nighttime represents coolness, calm, and relaxation. Next is وَالسَّمَاءِ وَمَا بَنَاهَا, and by the heaven and the one who built it. All of these phenomena Everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created are signs for us. The building of the universe is by itself one of the greatest miracles of creation. With all these floating rocks in the sky, all the stars in the galaxy, as well as the earth, the moon, daylight and night, these are all miracles that point to one knowing and wise creator. Next is وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا طَحَاهَا, and by the earth and the one who spread it. God spread the earth with everything in it to embrace life, to contain life, spread with wonders, with mountains, seas, valleys, forests, rivers, and all the treasures life needs to thrive and grow. This earth, which holds us, feeds us, and nurtures us, is a blessing from God, located in the perfect location, perfect distance from the sun. If the earth were a little closer to the sun, it would have been too hot to live on. If it were a little farther, it would have been too cold to live on. This perfect distance from the sun made earth suitable to hold life like no other place. This earth is our mother, as Prophet Muhammad describes it in a hadith. It was narrated that Prophet Muhammad told some of his companions, تَحَفَّظُوا مِنَ الْأَرْضِ فَإِنَّهَا أُمُّكُمْ. Be wary of the earth because she is your mother. Everything in our physical existence is from this earth. Inshallah, one day we will talk about a separate talk about the earth and the environment in the Quran and the hadith of Ahlul Bayt. Let's take another break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. The last of these oaths in this chapter, in the surah, and it connects to ourselves, to us. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, and by self, or the self, and the one who fashioned it. Nafs means self, and it connects the body and the soul. Sometimes the word nafs refers to the soul. Nafs includes the physical, psychological, and spiritual aspects of us. Our senses, memories, mind, imagination, innovation, love, and making choices. They're all included under the term of nafs. After the oaths ended with وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, and by self and the one who fashioned it, the next ayah moves to one of the most important aspects in the creation of human beings, which is the aspect of free will. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. Then, with the knowledge of right and wrong, inspired it. After God created us, He taught us what is right and what is wrong. By this, we became a mixture of mind and soul. And we had the ability to make choices. To choose between taqwa, righteousness, and fujur, which is related to evil and wickedness. This ability to choose between right and wrong can take us to the highest level of perfection, to become better than the angels. Connected to these, to the previous verse number 9 and 10 are قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Successful indeed is the one who purifies it, and doomed is the one who corrupts it. one of the most important aspects, as we said, in our existence as a human beings is the ability to make choices. We make choices all the time. Making the right choice purifies the nafs and brings us success in this life and in the hereafter. While making the wrong choice, the wrong choices corrupts the nafs and causes us to be doomed. One more thing, and we will end this talk until next time. What is the connection between the 11 oaths at the beginning of the chapter and the main topic, the topic of self-purification? It seems that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that He gave us all the physical and mental tools to lead us to happiness, He gave us the sun and the moon to provide light to this life. He blessed life with cycles and systems, daylight and night, motion and rest. He created this earth to contain and embrace life for us. On the other hand, He provided our nafs, our soul, or ourself, with all the required qualifications to succeed. He granted us a living conscience, and inspired us to know what is right and what is wrong. We have everything we need to get to eternal happiness, to paradise. All we have to do is to purify ourselves. Next time, inshallah, we will talk about the three stages of nafs, and as well as free will, self-purification, self-control, and how to deal with desires and temptations. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tahirin.